Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Lulu speaking, and today we are going to be doing a collab, this time with LittleBirdySimmer or Lauren here on YouTube. I am actually doing the outside of a suburban house. I called it Sweet Suburban on my Origin. Some of you may have already downloaded this because there is no way that I personally know to share to only one person. So I was like, you know what, it's just a shell. The real amazingness is going to come when Lauren decorates the inside, and let me tell you, I have seen the decoration that she's done and she is so creative. It is so gorgeous. It's better than anything that I could do. So yeah, I saw a picture, I saw like a couple of different pictures on Google after I Googled suburban house or like suburban farmhouse. I don't know. I Googled a bunch of house pictures and I came up with this. Right here you can see that I'm attempting to do these like little boxes things because it had those pillars where like it's bigger on the bottom and like skinnier on the top. Do you know what I'm talking about? But that didn't work because The Sims. It's The Sims. It's not going to let me do it. It didn't let me put columns inside of it. What I was trying to do is like make the little bitty square and then put the column inside of it, but then that didn't work. So I ended up using some columns that are from Get Together, I believe. Most of this is from Get Together, I think. I don't think I used too much else. I think I used one thing from City Living, some flooring. But yeah, I left the floor plan completely up to Lauren, which I'm so glad I did because she did such an amazing job. She also decorated and fixed up the backyard because I did this on a really tiny lot. Just because I really liked the idea of it being on the seaside. So she did it on a bigger lot so she could actually get the backyard all fixed up and pretty. But okay, so I have started to kind of talk about random stuff in my life in my voiceovers, particularly my build voiceovers, because I actually have enough time to ramble on about things that happened in my past. But last Starter Sunday, I believe it was, I told a story about how my eardrum blew out and I had to get surgery for it, and then my work was not very good. And I asked if you wanted to hear more stories about previous job experiences, and a couple of you said that you would like to hear some. So here you go. I started working properly. Like I did babysitting and pet sitting and cleaning people's houses and stuff since I was about like 12, 13, but I didn't start like a legal job until I was 16, 17, and I worked at Subway. I'm pretty sure all of you know what Subway is. It has the most, what's it called? The most stores over like the whole entire world. Like it beat out McDonald's now. Like it has more stores around the world than McDonald's does. So that's insane. But I used to work there and it was crazy. Let me tell you, people who want their food are angry. So this story is not for the faint of heart. It was kind of scary when I went through it, but I don't think hopefully it doesn't scare you. I lived in a very rough part of the neighborhood when I worked here, so if you're going to start working at a Subway soon, this won't be your experience, hopefully. I have a habit of being a crazy person, so I attract crazy people. So I am I think I was 17 at this point, 17-year-old self, and I am working with one of my best friends. She's the one who helped me get the job there, and it's just me and her. So it's two little 17-year-old girls working at a Subway at nighttime in a rough part of town all by ourselves. And this gentleman comes in and he is just ordering a sandwich like normal, but he pulls out this wad of cash that, I'm not kidding, it was like an inch thick of 20s and $100 bills. So if you are familiar with what that means, he was in a not legal job kind of environment where he sells goods that he should not for quite a bit of money. So he is a very big, very like tall and like big otherwise guy, and he's very particular about what he wants on this sandwich. So I'm like going slowly, I'm making sure I'm doing everything right. But if you could imagine somebody who is a little bit more like crazy and more of a mess than me, that was my best friend at the time. And she was talking, we were like talking with him, so she got distracted and she put mayo on his sandwich, and he did not want mayo on his sandwich. And I was like, I'm really sorry, sir, we can make it for you. And she just looks at him and she goes, it was an accident. We can make you a new sandwich, but it was an accident, okay? With attitude. And he just looks at her and he goes, maybe I will accidentally follow you home. Maybe I'll accidentally crash my car into your car. Maybe I'll accidentally put you into a coma for the rest of your life. And at that point, I'm just like, ha ha ha, really uncomfortable, nervous laughter, ha ha ha. And then he like pulls over the chip rack, like where all the crisps are. He just like knocks that to the floor and he's like, rah, and he like kicked the counter, and we were like, okay dude, we'll make you a new sandwich and you can keep this sandwich, like please calm yourself. And he was just so mad, and he paid and he left, and he literally sat in his car for about an hour and a half just staring us down outside. I'm like, so at this point I started taking it, I was taking it seriously anyway, but I was taking it a little bit more seriously that he might have not been talking about the accidental following home thing, like, lightly, you know? Like, he wasn't joking, like, it wasn't a joke. So we locked the door and, like, called our boss and were like, hey, so this just happened, what should we do? And she was like, if he doesn't leave in the next, like, 10 minutes, call the police. So he saw us on the phone, and he saw us lock the door, and then he left. But I don't know what would have happened if we didn't do that. I don't think he would have done anything to me, but maybe to my friend. And that is terrifying. Like, that's honestly terrifying. So, note to anybody who's starting a job out there, be kind to the customers, because you never know who they are or what they can do. Even though the customer is not always right, I have a lot more stories about customers not being right for future videos. But yeah, just be careful out there, guys. So anyway, back to the build. I'm just finishing up the touches here. I really love the windows from Parenthood Pack, so I use them quite a bit. I did really like the idea of a chimney, so I added that in there, and then just a little bit of landscaping in the front. But we are into the screenshots now, guys. I hope that you did enjoy this video. Please go and check out Lauren. Her link will be in the description, and I love you guys. Bye!